Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Lucky Minerals channel. We're sitting here once again with Francois to go over another exciting update. Francois, how are you doing today? Are you ready to dive in?
I'm doing fantastic and I'm ready to dive in. I think we had some exciting stuff show up this week. And
Wonderful. Wonderful. So, yeah, let's hop into it. You updated the Wayka epithermal gold discovery, and you have geophysics done on that. Explain to people what that means and what you actually found.
well, it's because I had a joint venture partner, and when they were working looking for this one kind of geology, they did some magnetic work there. So we got the raw data. We've been in the field, and I mentioned last week we've sampled some gold at surface, and it's interesting, 2.9 grams per ton gold. So this is really exciting. And we've received the compilation because I always work from the raw data. So I had my own geophysicist recompile, reinterpret. And what's come out really, really nicely is the fact that we've mapped it at surface, this Wayka structure, and it correlates precisely with a geophysical anomaly. And that anomaly is like a distinct structurally controlled. You can see it. If you go to my press release, you would see the object in question. Okay. And if you look at the northeast perspective, you can see that structure cutting across, and it lines up with what I found at surface. So, how long is the structure or the geophysical anomaly? It goes right across the whole MAG survey that was done, but it wasn't us that decided the grid. But that gives me a strike length of 3 kilometers. So
Oh,
far, on surface, we've picked it up for about 1 kilometer. Visually, we can see that it extends north, south, east, and probably a little bit to the west. But like the scale of the system continues to increase. So that to me is worthwhile pursuing. Okay, so that continues. Wayka continues to be my number one priority now. I've had a team camping out there this week, and they've come back with more samples. So we're going to continue sending that, on a bi-weekly basis as we get the critical amounts. And I'm doing some other work in other areas that we've been interested in, but right now, Wayka continues to be very interesting. So what's the next step once you've found something at surface like this for the kind of deposit that we're looking at, which is an epithermal target? The next step is to do what's called alteration mapping. So what you do is you take the minerals, you run them through like some scientific equipment, the spectrography. That tells you the exact kind of minerals there are, and that tells you the kind of those minerals are formed under very specific conditions. So they're formed based on acidity, temperature, and pressure. So if I can map that, I can get to where the temperature was higher. And that tells me where the high grade ore shoots are. In some of these epithermal deposits, like the deposit average is like 1.5 gram. Okay. But the feeders can be 9 grams.
hmm.
Okay. So let's go look for those, because that's where the gold preferentially deposits. As this acidic fluid comes up, it's carrying gold, and then it disperses into the surrounding rock. So right now I've got evidence of the stuff in the surrounding rock, and likely there's a couple of like feeder zones in there. In a lot of deposits, these repeat every 150 meters or so.
Wow. All
So there's
right.
potential for like these higher grade ore shoots in there. And that's what, if I'm going to spend money drilling, I'd like to hit one of those because it's
Yeah.
more fun.
Yeah, well, congratulations. This sounds like a really exciting prospect you got here. And as you said, like you've now confirmed the anomaly in a couple different ways, and you have boots on the ground doing work. It's exciting times, as you had mentioned it before, that this is where the fun is, right?
Well, yeah, because I started with nothing in the sense of like this whole system was not known.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'd love to just walk up and drill it, but you got to do the work properly, okay? Because drilling's expensive, so you have to respect the step-by-step approach. I have a shortcut because normally, like at some of my other prospects, I still have to run the mag. This time, I got it from my joint venture partner that was looking for a copper porphyry
Hmm.
about 5 kilometers over that way. So it's like they happened to do this because they wanted to reach all the way out to this other potential porphyry on the other side to the west. So on that basis, I got the mag for free
Yeah.
and it's
Nice.
already available. So like all I have left to do is the alteration mapping, and then I'm going to be ready to drill it.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Uh, that's to me is a really interesting thing. And it's not just like, hey, I have some interesting rocks. I know the system carries gold. I don't know what grade, but I know I'm onto something. So I can't wait to drill it and find out. Hopefully I can hit some of these feeder zones and get some really interesting stuff that'll just radically change the value proposition inside the Lucky Minerals. So that has to be fun. Otherwise, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Well, good luck. Congratulations again. And we'll keep people updated as things come along. Thank you so much for coming on, sharing the updates. If anyone has any questions about any of this, any of the jargon or anything, send it over. We'll be happy to answer it for you, make it clear as day. Francois, thank you for coming on.
Thanks very much. Okay, till next time.